Have you ever watched one of those time-lapse videos where someone plants a tiny seed and over weeks it grows into this magnificent plant? Well, your down payment fund isn't going to grow itself while you binge Netflix documentaries about people who turned $100 into millions overnight. Here's the truth. That dream home with your name on the deed isn't just possible, it's inevitable if you apply the strategies I'm about to share. People just like you are getting keys to their own front doors every single day. And by the end of this video, you'll not only learn exactly how they did it, but you'll get access to my free down payment acceleration calculator that will map your personalized path to homeownership. Welcome back to the channel where we don't just recycle the same old financial advice your uncle gives you at Thanksgiving dinner. Today we're tackling the Mount Everest of financial goals for most people. Creating a home down payment fund that actually grows faster than housing prices. And stick around until the end because I've created something special that will transform how you approach saving for a home. The median home price in America hit $420,000 in 2024, meaning a 20% down payment is around $84,000. For most of us, that's not exactly pocket change. Meanwhile, traditional advice tells you to just save more or cut out the lattes, as if your $3 coffee is the only thing standing between you and homeownership. Let's get real. If you're earning the median income of around $75,000, saving even 10% of your income would take over a decade to reach that down payment goal. And in those 10 years, house prices will probably have climbed another 30 to 40%. But here's what I want you to remember. Every single homeowner you see started exactly where you are now. The difference is they found a way to accelerate their journey, and now I'm going to show you how. And trust me, you'll want to see all 5 strategies because at the end, you'll need to know which ones work best with the free calculator tool I'm giving away. Instead of the slow and steady approach that might never catch up to the market, we need to take some calculated risks and leverage underutilized strategies. I'm going to share 5 unconventional but legitimate ways to turbocharge your down payment fund. Methods that worked for real people, not just theoretical scenarios. Pay close attention to each strategy because you'll need to understand how they work when you use the custom calculator I've built specifically for this community. Brandon Turner, the well-known real estate investor and author, started his real estate empire with house hacking. Before becoming the face of BiggerPockets, he rented out rooms in his first home to cover his mortgage while saving for his next property. More recently, Kyle Swenson from Chicago documented on TikTok how he rented a 2-bedroom apartment and, after getting his landlord's written permission, furnished the 2nd bedroom for Airbnb guests. In 2023, he posted his earnings statements showing he generated over $14,000 in a single year from the strategy, all of which went into his down payment fund. The key here isn't just making extra money, it's creating a dedicated income stream that bypasses your daily spending accounts entirely. Every dollar earned through this method is a dollar you didn't have to pinch from your regular budget. Keep watching to see how this strategy stacks up against the others in our calculator's growth projections. Strategy number 2, the 1% rule for side hustles. Stop wasting time on side hustles that pay pennies. Instead, use what I call the 1% rule. Any side hustle you start should be capable of generating at least 1% of your down payment goal per month. For an $80,000 down payment, that means $800 monthly. This immediately eliminates low-paying gigs and forces you to think bigger. Freelance developer Ryan Hoover documented his journey on Medium, showing how he focused exclusively on e-commerce website projects with a minimum $2,000 price tag instead of taking smaller gigs. Within 19 months, he had saved $43,000 specifically for a down payment, far more than he would have with a scattershot approach to side gigs. Your time is valuable. Don't waste it on side hustles that can't meaningfully move the needle toward your home ownership goal. By the way, our calculator will actually help you determine exactly what income threshold your side hustle needs to hit based on your specific timeline. so stay tuned. Strategy number 3, leveraging employer benefits creatively. Most people know about 401k matching, but did you know that 12% of American companies now offer some form of housing assistance? Companies like Google, Facebook, and even regional employers like Coastal Community Bank offer housing stipends or down payment assistance programs. Kate Gilbert, a project manager at Guild Mortgage, shared in a LinkedIn article how she successfully negotiated a $400 monthly housing stipend instead of other benefits during her annual review. That's $4,800 a year directly toward her housing fund. Don't think your company offers this. Zillow's HR department created a down payment assistance program after an employee survey revealed housing costs were the top financial concern. Sometimes these programs exist but aren't well advertised, or your company might be willing to create one if enough employees express interest. We're halfway through our strategies now, and each one will play a key role in the calculator I'll share at the end. Strategy number 4, acceleration accounts and micro investments. Traditional savings accounts are currently paying around 4 to 5% interest. Not terrible, but not enough to keep pace with real estate appreciation in most markets. Instead, create what I call an acceleration account. A portion of your down payment fund, about 20 to 30%, allocated to slightly higher risk investments specifically chosen to outpace real estate growth. Financial advisor Graham Stephan shared how he allocated 25% of his initial down payment fund into rates specifically focused on residential properties, documenting an 11.7% annual return on this portion while keeping the majority in high-yield savings accounts. This blended approach accelerated his timeline by over a year. The key is to balance risk appropriately. We're not talking about cryptocurrency or penny stocks here, just slightly more aggressive growth vehicles than a standard savings account. Just one more strategy to go, and then I'll show you how to use all these approaches in our free calculator tool. Strategy number 5, down payment assistance hacking. There are over 2,000 down payment assistance programs across America, and 87% of homes qualify for at least one program. Yet less than 10% of home buyers ever use them. Nicole Ruth, a lending specialist with Fairway Mortgage in Denver, publicly shares client case studies, with permission, on her YouTube channel. One of her clients, a teacher in the Denver public school system, combined 3 separate assistance programs: a state first-time homebuyer grant, an educator-specific program, and a local housing initiative. Together, these provided $27,000 toward her down payment on a $380,000 home. The result? She needed just $11,000 out of pocket instead of the standard 20% down, $76,000. The trade-off was a slightly higher interest rate and mortgage insurance. But she got into a home that appreciated significantly in the first 2 years, far outweighing those costs. This strategy alone could cut years off your home buying timeline, as you'll see when we get to the calculator. Look, I get it. When you're staring at that savings account balance that seems to grow at a glacial pace, it's easy to feel like you'll never get there. But remember this, every single person who's ever bought a home had to figure out how to fund that first down payment. The difference between those who achieve this goal quickly and those who don't isn't luck or even income, it's strategy and persistence. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but shouldn't I wait until I have a full 20% down payment to avoid PMI? Here's the uncomfortable truth. While you're saving that extra 17%, housing prices in most markets will increase more than what you'd pay in mortgage insurance. According to Zillow data from 2023, the average homebuyer who waited to save a full 20% ended up paying $32,000 more for the same house compared to buyers who purchased earlier with less down. The question isn't just how much you'll pay in PMI, it's how much house appreciation you're missing out on while saving. And this is exactly the kind of insight our calculator was designed to reveal for your specific situation. Now, as promised, let me introduce you to the free down payment acceleration calculator I created exclusively for this channel's community. This isn't just another basic savings calculator. It's a comprehensive tool that, analyzes which combination of the 5 strategies we discussed would work best for your specific situation, creates a month-by-month projection showing exactly when you'll reach your down payment goal, compares your savings timeline against projected housing market growth in your region, adjusts recommendations based on your risk tolerance and timeline flexibility. You can input your current savings, income, location, and target home price, and the calculator will generate a completely customized roadmap to homeownership. I've spent months developing this tool based on real data and feedback from hundreds of successful first-time homebuyers. The link to download this free calculator is in the description below. No email sign-up required. It's my gift to this community because I genuinely believe everyone deserves a clear path to homeownership. Remember, you're not just saving for a house. You're investing in a future where you make the rules, build equity instead of paying someone else's mortgage, and create a home that's truly yours. And trust me, the day you turn that key in your own front door, worth every sacrifice along the way. If you found this approach refreshingly honest and valuable, please hit subscribe and turn on notifications.